And what I want to tell you about now is something called leader grips. It's a quick load system that we use here at Sparrow Studios. And how that works is we've sewn a dowel into the canvas leader, and then over top of that we've got a plastic grip that just clamps over top of the dowel and it holds the fabric in place for us. It allows me to load a queen-size quilt in a matter of minutes versus pinning, which tends to take 45 minutes to an hour. Plus, I'm not going to pin myself, bleed all over my quilt. So before I get loading my quilt, the first thing I'm going to do is introduce you to the rollers of the machine. This front roller is called the quilt backing roller. We'll roll the entire backing onto this one. The next one is our quilt top roller. We aren't going to use that today. This roller here with no canvas on it is the leveler bar. And this far back roller is the pickup roller. Your finished quilt will be entirely rolled onto that once we're finished this process. So now what I'm going to do is lengthen this front roller, and I'm going to bring it around the quilt top roller and back onto itself. I like to arrange the dowel so that it's just at the very front of the quilt backing roller. And then I'll lock this blue lever to keep everything from shifting around. I'm going to toss my quilt back over the back of the frame, and I'm going to bring the front edge about an inch past the dowel. These are my leader grips. It's just a clear plastic channel. And how I like to attach this is I center it with my right hand so that I'm sure it's over the dowel properly, and then I just start pressing it on with my left hand. Centering it with my right hand keeps me from cracking the dowels when it's positioned poorly. I'll line up this next one where the other one left off, and I'll continue my way across until the entire grip has been attached to the dowel. Once it's on there, I'm going to drop this into the frame, and I'll loosen that blue lever and start rolling my quilt backing on to this front roller. I'm going to do a single turn, and then I'll smooth out from center. Then from there, I'll stop about every second or third turn and continue to smooth out from center. I'm making sure that it's nicely laid out over the back roller. The better I have it laid out back there, the better results I'm going to have up here. Once that far edge drops down like you just saw, it's time to stop, and then I'll relock my blue lever. Now I need to attach this loose end to my pickup roller. So just like I did at the front, I'm going to lengthen this roller, which I've already done, and I'm going to roll it over on top of itself. And I'll take that loose edge and put it back up over there. Now I'm just going to go around to the back so that I can attach the other side. Come on with me, little cord. What I'm looking for at this point is a nice, smooth, flat surface. I don't want more belly on this side or more belly on this side. I can see that it's currently uneven, so I want to flatten it all out. If I were to take it and purposely skew it even 1/4 of an inch, I immediately get this funny draping, which I do not want. So that's another thing to look for. Once I've got it nice and flat all the way across, I'll attach my other grip This time I'm going to start from the other side, but it really doesn't matter. Just start at one end and make your way across, continuing to make sure it stays nice and flat. Again, line up to the last where the other one left off. And push it on the entire way. Then we can drop this into the frame. Now, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of slack there that I need to take up. So my pickup roller is not controlled by hand. I've got a motor at the end of the roller. It's called the Power Fabric Advance on APQS machines, and it is controlled with this pedal on the floor. I'm hoping you can see that there's a green and a white pedal. The green is going to roll my quilt forward. The white brings it back towards me. So right now I'm going to use green and pick up all that slack. I want to take that dowel and leader grip just past the leveler bar. Because the dowel is quite thick, it will hinder the movement of the machine and interrupt the fluidity of my design, which I do not want. So I take it right out of the way, and you can see immediately where my 4 inches of extra fabric has gone at the top. Now that this is nice and flat, I'm ready to load my batting. So when I loaded my backing on, I threw the bulk of it all the way to the back. This time I'm keeping the bulk at the front. And because I prepared this by folding earlier, I know I just have to open it up across the width. My goal at this point is to give myself about 2 finger widths worth of space at the top. So again, that's 2 finger widths worth of space between the top of the batting and the white leveler bar. Once I've got that fairly straight, I'm going to smooth along the front. A little bit of static electricity helps me keep things in place. Then I'm going to grab this top edge and I'm accordion folding it towards myself. And I'm going to jam that under this bar. Jam it right under the quilt top roller. You'll see my precise 2-finger measurement brings my batting right up to my leveler bar. And I'm going to smooth that out. And now I'm ready for the quilt top. Again, I'm going to keep the bulk at the front. And again, I'm unfolding across the width. I'm going to center this over my backing. And I've got 3 finger widths on either side, and I'm happy with that. At the top, I also want 3 finger widths between the quilt top and the white leveler bar. And once more, I'm going to smooth along the front roller. Then accordion fold the quilt top towards myself and stuff it under that quilt backing roller. Now I've got that all laid out and this quilt is ready to be basted and then quilted. So the next thing I need to do is select some thread.